Good afternoon, sisters and brothers. Thank you for everyone for zooming in and watching our virtual mid-year. We hope that the annual will be live. I do have a contingency plan for another virtual annual convention if needed. The 2021 International Convention will be June 30th through July 4th in Cincinnati. Each lodge is required to have 2 members in attendance, which should be the president and the administrator, or authorized delegates and alternates that will need to be approved at a meeting, be in your meeting minutes, and a letter will have to go with the alternate or delegate when you get to the International Convention. Where Michigan's staying is the Hilton Cincinnati Netherland Plaza. I doubt there's any rooms left unless somebody booked 20, 30 rooms and there's cancellations. So just try your best. You might be across the water over in Kentucky. You never know, but they plan on doing a great job with this. We look to having our camaraderie. So let's get as many people as we can from Michigan to get down there and do what we do and spread the word for a great association. I want to thank everybody for their hard work. It's been 12 months working with these COVID MDHHS orders, and I know everybody's been frustrated. I just can't thank everybody enough for what they do and what they continue to do to support your fraternal units, your districts, councils, Moose Legions, Moose Riders, and every other activity group and committee. We are Michigan. We are Moose Strong. We'll get through this together. There's been mistakes. We can't change the past, but we can make the future better together. We became a joint association. The women and men are one. If there's still women that think they're not getting treated correctly, as long as I have this position, I won't tolerate it. Please let me know, and Kathy Funky and I will take care of it. So God bless all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for what everyone does, because everybody matters. Take care. I love each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Good afternoon, Moose members. I am Lorraine Fogelsong, Deputy Grand Regent, and I welcome each and every one of you. We are happy to have College of Regents board member Debbie Wallert from Birch Run chapter in attendance. We look forward to hearing her remarks later today. We now have a presentation from our Grand Chancellor, Barb McPherson. The video will start now.
Welcome to your mid-year conference. Here we are, once again, with many canceled in-person conferences. It's hard to believe that this COVID-19 pandemic began just a year ago. It seems like it's been an eternity. Hopefully, over the next several minutes, you will listen closely to the information provided to help bring some guidance and perhaps even a sense of normalcy to the remainder of this chapter year. This past year started with such promise of creating a future of success for our lodges, chapters, and Moose Legions. We were full of hope for an amazing increase in membership, and we were on track for the first time in a couple of years to do just that. In fact, the first 5 months were outstanding. My heart goes out to those lodges in New Mexico, in particular, who have been shut down for the entire time since March of 2020. Your perseverance and tenacity have proven your future is still bright. Thank you for your tireless efforts to maintain our mission. To those of you who have been closed, then open, only to be shut down again, have endured the roller coaster highs and lows of this pandemic, you will surely be much stronger and wiser in healthier days ahead. With all of my heart, I thank each and every one of you for whatever you did over the past year to preserve our future, sending virtual hugs to our residents and to one another, renewing your dues, sending donations for our projects, staying at home as ordered, keeping our members and those in our care in your thoughts and prayers. We're in this together as one Moose, united in our compassion for others, and we will continue to accomplish greatness on the other side of this crisis. To those who have lost friends and loved ones to this relentless virus, please accept my heartfelt condolences for your loss. I'm going to take this opportunity to remind each of you of the objectives of the Women of the Moose. These objectives have been in place since 1913 and have not nor will not change after May 1st, 2021. Our objectives are to bring women closer together in a fraternal relationship to assist in the charitable activities of the Moose fraternity, with special attention to Moose Heart and Moose Haven. To emulate and advance the virtues of faith, hope, and charity. To carry Moose Heart standards into our homes and communities through community service. To promote the aims and purposes of the Moose. This is why our chapters exist, and it will continue to be our mission to provide for the children and senior members who depend on us. Spring brings election time for the Women of the Moose. The election of chapter officers handbook to be used for the 2021-2022 chapter year was posted online in December to assist our chapters with a smooth transition to the new year. Please be sure to review it carefully to ensure your elections are conducted properly. Going into one Moose, please know that the 2021 Award of Achievement, as well as all honors, will be graded based on the requirements listed in the Women of the Moose General Laws, dated May 1st, 2015, as those requirements were in effect for the 2021 chapter year. Grading typically begins in June. The Award of Achievement serves as the basis for all other honors and degrees. The chapter must earn the Award of Achievement first, before any other honors and degrees can be earned. There's a checklist in the back of the Officer's Handbook, beginning on page 69. If all items are checked off, you have pretty much earned this award. To qualify for the Academy of Friendship degree, refer to the requirements in section 102 on page 72. Those requirements are pretty simple. College of Regents is pretty simple as well. But again, review the requirements in section 105 on page 75. If the junior graduate regent earned her Green Cap honor, she has met one half of the requirements to qualify for the College of Regents degree. All she needs to do is meet her personal requirements as listed on page 75. Please remember, the junior graduate regent must attend Women of the Moose training during her term of office as junior grad. That's 2 years of training in a row. If the chapter did not earn the Award of Achievement because of membership, but she met all of her personal requirements during her term as senior regent, she's eligible to qualify for the College of Regents degree under the second chance in section 106, also on page 75. She must sponsor and enroll at least 4 new or re-enrolled members, and the chapter must earn the Award of Achievement the year she is serving as junior graduate regent. If not, she will have to serve as senior regent again. The requirements for the Star Recorder degree are found in section 110 on page 81. The one item that recorders seem to miss is that they must transmit their QuickBooks on or before the 10th day of the following month. If, for whatever reason, the recorder is unable to transmit, she needs to let our office know, either via phone or email, so we can put the appropriate notes in the chapter's file. This way, she will not be penalized for being late. Please know that we realize that the conversion to LCL Web and QuickBooks Online has upset our normal workflow. We are well aware of who went on which program when, and we'll look at all of this when grading for this coveted degree. The recorder must also attend training, both the Women of the Moose training and a 2-hot class during her term as recorder. This year only, we will give her credit for attending a 2-hot class from May 1st, 2019 through April 30th, 2021. We understand that in many locations, classes are limited. That's 24 months to attend training. Due to lodge limitations this year, we will be conducting virtual classes in the event you haven't attended. Don't wait until the last minute in case the class is canceled. If the recorder does not hold the Star Recorder degree, she must attend an in-person or virtual 2-hot class to receive credit for her degree. The very first requirement to earn the Award of Achievement is a gain in membership of just one member. The week of July 13th, 2020, chapter recorders were sent an email indicating what the beginning membership number was that would be used as the basis for the Award of Achievement. This number was your actual April 30th ending membership. Membership retention is crucial to membership growth. Our One Moose membership campaign is indicative of men and women working together, side by side, for the same mission, that of caring for others, because that's what we do. I am excited for the future of our organization and excited to see the ideas that come from working collectively in our Moose homes. There are various recognition levels for sponsoring and enrolling new or re-enrolled members into the order. The One Moose lapel pin should be given to each member upon the enrollment of her first member. For those members who sponsor and enroll 5 or more, a Moose International 5 Club static window cling will be mailed to you, and a donation will be made to help support the purchase of new golf carts to be used around the Moose Haven campus. Use your chapter or lodge newsletter to notify your members of your current membership campaign. Various brochures are available from Moose International to help promote membership. These include Who Are the Women of the Moose, Member Benefits, and Moose Heart and Moose Haven. Most importantly, chapters should be conducting orientation programs. Why would anyone want to join an organization they know nothing about? Show the orientation video available on YouTube, or show the This is Moose Heart, This is Moose Haven videos, then let them know about how you assist in your community and the chapter and lodge activities that are available to them. Once the new member learns about our passion of caring for others, they can't help but want to get involved. Make sure you deliver what you promise to them. There's a lot of information available online under the Forms and Documents link for the Women of the Moose. There are forms to help with approval of activities, fundraising projects, volunteer recognition, and lots of other stuff. If an orientation is not in order, perhaps a special welcome reception would be nice. That way, you get to meet the new member, welcome her to your chapter, and introduce her to the other members. Do a little socializing, answer her questions, but most importantly, make sure she's aware of the mission of the Moose and how we care for others. Perhaps provide her with a small gift of appreciation or a free breakfast, lunch, or dinner ticket. Make sure you treat your new members as you would want to be treated. Now that you have your new member enrolled, invite her to chapter meetings. Let her get to know the other members of the chapter. Make sure that your chapter meetings are fun and informative. They should never be boring or argumentative. Members will surely stop attending if your meetings are filled with drama. The senior regent should maintain decorum during the meeting and maintain order at all times. before or after the meeting. Serve refreshments and have a fun activity. Meetings should be kind of like ladies' night out, where you can share fun and camaraderie with other members. Fun games, crafts, or special speakers are important. Talk to your membership to determine their interests. One of the best ways to let your community know that you exist is through community service and the promotion of the events you do. When you provide volunteer services, take pictures and have them put in your local newspaper or on your lodge or chapter Facebook page. Make sure the photos are always positive and show that you are working with the organization that is benefiting from your efforts. You can also post the photo on the organization's webpage. Of course, Moose Heart and Moose Haven should be the main recipients of our financial donations. But if you are presenting a check, do the same. Let the world know the good you do for others, and others will want to become involved. Community service volunteer hours, miles driven, and dollars donated should also be reported on the chapter's Form 114 if they are done in the name of the Women of the Moose. Guidelines for reportable community service can be found on the Moose International website under Forms and Documents, Heart of the Community Reporting Tips. Even though we do not remit the quarterly community service report, the tips are very beneficial. Please remember that our chapters are allowed to conduct 2 like events that can be open to the public per year. This includes not only meeting in person, on Moose property or off, for an event like a dinner or craft show, but also selling merchandise to non-members. If you plan to conduct a fundraising project that's open to the public, whether it's to raise funds for the lodge and chapter, another charity or organization, or to benefit Moose Heart or Moose Haven in the name of the Moose, a dispensation from Women of the Moose headquarters is required. The form is available on our Moose International website at www.mooseintl.org under Forms and Documents, then Women of the Moose. In addition, each chapter chairman is required to conduct a fundraising project to offset the expenses of the committee and to help maintain the general fund of the chapter. She should present a proposal to the Board of Officers for consideration. The project is then approved by the chapter membership via the Board of Officers minutes. Now, with all this fundraising going on, I cannot stress enough to you the importance of an audit committee. Unfortunately, chapters have lost tens of thousands of dollars because the officers trusted the recorder. Don't let your chapter become a victim. Your coworkers work too hard to raise money for their intended purposes. Finally, Women of the Moose training sessions and 2 hot training sessions are vitally important to the officers of the chapter. Women of the Moose training sessions this year have been extended through April 30th, 2021, with next year's training beginning on February 1st, 2021. Make plans to attend an in-person session or a virtual session, even if it's in a different state, as it may be closer to your chapter than a class scheduled within your state. Schedules can be found on our website under Moose Training. Are you as excited about One Moose as I am? Beginning in May of 2021, our coworkers will finally have a voice in the overall operations of their local Moose home and will be equal to their male counterparts. As we move closer to One Moose in 2021, please know that there will be lots of information available. So, how will One Moose affect our chapters? At the chapter level, not much will change other than our chapters will only have 4 officers, senior regent, junior past regent, secretary, and treasurer, and 4 chairmen, membership, fraternal activities, Moose Heart, Moose Haven, and higher degrees, beginning in the 21-22 chapter year. Remember, the 21-22 election of chapter officers handbook was posted online in December to assist our chapters specifically with a transition into the new year. Our chapters will conduct one chapter meeting each month with a quorum of 5 members, in addition to one Board of Officers meeting. Additional meetings may be held as necessary. There will be 12 chapter activity meetings per year instead of 13. The donations to Moose Heart and Moose Haven are still required, but the months in which committee meetings are held will also change. All chapter dues will be reduced to $15. $10 will be maintained by Moose International as per capita, and $5 will be returned to the chapter. In order to apply for membership in the Women of the Moose, a female must be a member of her one Moose Lodge. Mid-year and annual conferences, as we now know them, are going away after May 1st, as all women can now attend the meetings of the association. The Academy of Friendship degree will still be conferred during the association mid-year conference, and the Golden Gavel, which is replacing the green cap, will be awarded during the association annual convention. The international conference will still be scheduled for the Women of the Moose. In addition, a state, provincial, or regional Women of the Moose Rally Day celebration will be scheduled within the next chapter year. Watch for details. The local chapter analyst coordinator will now be referred to as the chapter advocate, a more appropriate title. A monthly financial review of the chapter's books will still be required by the Financial Review Committee, formerly known as the Audit Committee, with a quarterly audit report requirement to be remitted to the Women of the Moose headquarters. The coworker elected as senior regent for the 2021-2022 chapter year will indeed be able to succeed herself if elected for a second term. In addition, collegians will now be able to serve in any elected office. Oh yes, that's right, any elected office. Be sure to review the new requirements for the award of achievement and our degrees, as there are some changes. The remainder of the general law changes are appropriate for the above changes. The general laws, effective May 1, 2021, will be mailed to each chapter with the handbook mailing in April. As a reminder, members of the Women of the Moose must have their chapter dues paid beyond April 30th, 2021, in order to smoothly transition over to a one Moose Lodge membership. If a Women of the Moose member's dues are not paid by May 1st, she will have to pay her one Moose Lodge and chapter dues online after May 1, 2021, but will lose the opportunity for 3 years of free chapter dues. Now that women will be able to serve on the One Moose Lodge Board of Directors, please know that as there is a vacancy after May 1st, 2021, a woman will be able to submit her name, providing she meets the length of membership required for the respective office. The office of chaplain and treasurer require that the person submitting their name be a member of the lodge for at least 6 months. After November 1st, a female may be appointed to any vacant office other than president. As stated earlier, the objectives of the Women of the Moose will not change, nor will the way we do business. We may have less officers and less meetings, but the overall operation of the Women of the Moose will remain the same. If you have questions about One Moose, I invite you to email your questions to onemoose@mooseintl.org. I thank you for your time today. I know this was a short review of the information that's normally presented by the official visitor, but I ask that you read and reread your general laws book and the officers and recorder handbooks. You will find valuable information in all of these resources. If you have any questions, please contact your chapter analyst coordinator or our office. We will be happy to provide assistance. On behalf of our children at Mooseheart, our senior members at Moose Haven, and those in your community who are the beneficiaries of your efforts, I thank you for all that you do to promote the women of the Moose and our mission of caring for others. I thank you for all of your donations and thank you for your volunteer spirit. Please be kind to one another.
Thank you for your attention, members. There's a lot of information to absorb. I encourage you to contact our trainers, our chapter advocate, Kathy Funke, who knows almost everything, and I miss her dearly, or me with any questions you may have regarding Barb's remarks. And if I don't know them, I'll call Kathy anyway. For the sake of time, the annual reports submitted by our dedicated state chairman will be posted on the association website at michiganmoose.org. Please visit at your convenience and share the details with the chapter at your next meeting. I now invite College of Regents board member Debbie Wallert to the podium to address you. She's going to report on Kathy Funke's report since she couldn't be here.
Okay, we'll do that first, Sean. Take a deep breath. Everything really will be all right. It will take some time to get used to the changes in our chapters and lodges. Chapter meeting procedures will basically follow the same format as before, but on a smaller scale. Lodge meetings will continue, but with men and women sitting side by side. Please not divided into his and her section of the room. Heavens, a woman might even run for lodge office. If we start out with the "it's us against them" attitude, or "I'll show them how to do it" attitude, the dinosaurs will get loose. Every member will be responsible to see that when the system reboots, the dinosaurs will be contained. We have come to the end of one chapter in the history of the Moose, but with the turn of a page, the next chapter awaits us. Notice that chapters are key to the past, present, and future history of our fraternity. You can get excited about the future. The past won't mind. Be bold like Captain Kirk and go where no man or woman has gone before. Or sit back and give the changes some time to sink in. The only wrong way to approach the future is with a negative attitude. The only dinosaurs out there are the ones you create. Perhaps we should team together like Calvin and Hobbes. One is the daredevil, the other is his anchor and conscience. As you approach the future, don't forget that it is not about us. It is about the residents at Mooseheart and Moose Haven. Our mission has not changed. We are just following a different path to get there. Calvin and Hobbes are a favorite of mine, and it is fitting at this time to remind you of their last comic. Bill Waterston reached a point where he felt it was time to close the book on his characters. Quite fittingly, his final comic was published on December 31st, 1995, the end of the year. It shows Calvin and Hobbes setting off on a new day. Wow, it really snowed last night. Isn't it wonderful? Everything familiar has disappeared. The world looks brand new. A new year, a fresh, clean start. It's like having a big white sheet of paper to draw on. A day full of possibilities. It's a magical world, Hobbs, old buddy. Let's go exploring. Thank you. I just want to mention the reason Kathy is not here is she was exposed again to coronavirus, and she's not happy about this. As you know, many of you know, she has been through the coronavirus, and she was a very, very sick lady, unfortunately. Since she is going to Hawaii, she has to have another COVID test before she can even get on the plane. I would like to quickly go over the rest of mine. Literally, Barb and Danielle with their videos took the words right out of my mouth. So my report is going to be extremely short. The first thing I want to do is I want to congratulate all the girls on their Academy of Friendship. And there will be 2 Academy of Friendship conferrals in Michigan. The dates are March 27th in Wyoming and April 10th in Avon, Rochester. There is a limit of 40 in Wyoming and a limit of 25 in Avon, Rochester. There is a form that you need to fill out to register. They've already canceled one of these, the third date, because we haven't had too many people sign up yet. Also, this is part of Kathy's email that I know a lot of you have already had your election for your new officers. There is a checklist attached to her email. And I want to mention this, you heard it earlier. I don't know if you caught it or not. Any Woman of the Moose employee of the lodge can be a chapter officer in the 2021 or the 21-22 chapter year. Over the last 20 years that I know of, you've never been able to be an employee and a chapter officer. So you cannot be a lodge officer, but you can be a chapter officer. Another question she gets a lot: on May 1st, we do not turn our money over to the lodge. We do have our own separate tax ID. You will still be required to do a 990, and she will be sending out a reminder to everybody in May. Chapter members, life memberships. Right now is a great time to get a life membership. Not only is Moose International having some deals on this, the Michigan Moose Association is paying you back 5 years dues if you do it by March 31st. If you are a life member, you will never pay lodge or chapter dues again. If you do not get a life membership and you pay your lodge dues, you will get 3 years of free chapter dues, but not all at the same time. So every year you have to pay your lodge dues to get your free chapter dues for the first 3 years. And continue to use your chapter card until you get the new One Moose card, which we're thinking maybe June, we hope, but we're really not sure. So that's that. And then also from Kathy Funky, she wants me to kind of take over for her while she's gone in Hawaii and be the acting CAC from March 25th to April 6th. So you probably just want to wait till she gets back, because I probably won't know the answer. But, you know, if you need to, just, you know, call me. You know, I probably still won't know the answer, but we'll chat, you know. So if anything comes up during that time, I guess you're going to give me a call. And thanks again to everybody. Hopefully in August, when we have our convention, I will finally have a report for you about installing and conferring 2 years of collegians at Cincinnati, which is part of my College of Regents job that, by the way, has been eliminated. I think you saw that in the first video. So apparently I've been downsized. So anyway, everybody have a great time, and I'll be back in a few minutes, I think. But back
Well,
to you.
hold on, just in case she's not. On behalf of a grateful association for you being the Women's OV, here's a token of our esteem.
Thank you. My
Thank
friends.
you.
Oh, no, you didn't. Thank you, Debbie. No, I got them. Had we been able to gather in person, we would have conducted the March of Checks to benefit Moose Heart and Moose Haven and our community. Instead, many chapters have already remitted donations to the Women of the Moose office per the form previously, excuse me, distributed by email. Thank you for your generosity. Endowment donations may also be remitted through your chapter or sent directly to Moose Charities. Please continue to support our charitable endeavors and one another by sharing your love and offerings. I am going to ask Donna Miller to come up and do the Moose in Her Heart presentations.
You can read them.
Thanks.
And I have certificates, so
Okay.
anyone's here, they can come and pick them up, okay?
Anybody here can come and pick them up. If you know somebody in your chapter that you can take back to them, that would be great. It would save Donna from sending them out. The first one is Carrie Lynn, and she's in our district, and I don't know her, Kavadik from Avon, Rochester. I'll take that one.
You can pick them out later.
Is Norman here? Norm Birch. He's not in here, is he? Joanne Birch, Birch Run. Bonnie Burke, Brooklyn, excuse me. Lori Wethel, Cadillac. Lori Yonkman, Cadillac. Sandra Cox, Carroll. Mary LaValle, Carroll. Deborah Gibson, Charlotte. Tammy Hendrickson, Grayling. Susan Boyd, Harrison. Sherry Gates, Highland. Cates, I'm sorry, it's C-A-T-E-S. Melissa Berger, Highland. Phyllis Garland, Houghton Lake. Ruth McCall, Houghton Lake. Marilyn Bernard, Lapeer. Mary Gark, Lapeer. And she's in the room. Carolyn Lynn Van Norman, Mayo. Naomi Kuhn, Monroe. Barbara Wilkes, Niles. Teresa Brown, Otsego. Michelle Rumer, Otsego. Denise Barnowski, Port Huron. I'll take that one. Kim McClellan, St. Louis. Shirley Owen, St. Louis. Anita Jane Gloon, Taylor Township. Sharon Jackson, Taylor Township. Chris Luce, West Branch. Marie Gass, Woodhaven. Patricia Shula, Woodhaven. Sherry Pallone, Wyoming. And Michelle Davis, Ypsilanti. Thank you, Donna. As a reminder, each registered chapter will receive attendance credit for the mid-year conference by the Women of the Moose headquarters for the award of achievement purposes. I now invite our College of Regents Board, Debbie, to join me to present the Lifetime Achievement Award. Do you have the?
I'm back.
She's back again. What would we do without her?
And I just got a text from Kathy Funky. Apparently, she tested negative. Bob is undetermined. So, you know, that's Bob. And she's going to have a pina colada for me while she's in Maui. Isn't that nice?
Well, I think you deserve more than one.
So what do you want to do first?
The award.
Okay.
Well, what do you do first?
You can do the award first if you want.
You got to read the receipt.
Oh, I have to read it. All right, I'm going to read the resume for the Chapter Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm only going to read the good stuff. Chapter or lodge related community service activities. She collects and distributes to the soup store, our local food pantry. She does all of the shopping and wrapping for our needy families for Thanksgiving and Christmas. She collects can tabs, ink cartridges, receipts. She does shop-a-roo. She does a majority of the cooking for our fundraisers, all the shopping, cooking, 50-50 raffles. She's the bar manager. She does all the ordering for our lodge. She is the sergeant at arms for the District 12 and the banquet. And if you haven't guessed this by now, I will let Laureen read the plaque.
Moose International is proud to recognize Mary M. Gark of Lapeer, Michigan, chapter number 2106, as the 2021 Lifetime Achievement Award selection of the Michigan Moose Association. Hey, Mary. We're very proud of her.
Yes, we are.
You do a lot, lady.
Congratulations, young lady.
Congratulations, honey.
Thank you, thank you.
Do you want to say anything?
I just want to thank my ladies for voting for me. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. Thank you.
Are you done with me,
Yeah,
my queen?
I think I'm done with you. I don't know. I might have a surprise up my sleeve and call you up here again. Who knows? That was really special. She sure sounds like she sure did a lot. Debbie had already reminded everybody about the conferrals. I would just like to say this was a very difficult time to try to decide what we were going to do when we were 25%, 50% in attendance. We are going to have March 27th in Wyoming, 1 o'clock registration, 2 o'clock conferral. In Avon, Rochester, April 10th, it's going to be the same times, 1 o'clock registration, 2 o'clock conferral. If you haven't registered for the conferral, please, please register. Deadline is March 17th. St. Patty's Day. I now turn the remainder of this meeting over to the Michigan Moose Association. President Dave Stoke, my other half of the Michigan Moose Association.
Thank you, Deputy Grand Regent Lorraine Vogelsong, my partner and my buddy. She gave me one of her pens today. She stole 3 of mine last night. I look forward to continuing our great relationship. And now I would like to call on our official visitor and territory manager, Gary Beck, for his report.
Thanks, Dave. So we all heard earlier today about One Moose. If you have any questions, contact your TMs. International Convention is June 30th through July 4th, like Jimmy was talking about. Just a couple of other tidbits in that area. Registration and rooming is now open. Go to the international website for the applications. The Moose Group will meet at the Great American Ballpark on July the 2nd. Chicago Cubs versus Cincinnati Reds, post-game fireworks. On July the 3rd, the Moose 25 Club Party featuring comedian Bob Nelson and the Beatles tribute band American English. On July 4th, One Moose Night of Celebration featuring Killer Queen tribute band. There will be preferred seating for the League of Guardian members. In the activities area, new ballistic vests for human and canine officers. Upcoming sports events, if the pandemic allows. Pool in June of 21. Horseshoes, July of 21. Golf, July and August of 21. New events. Skeet Trap Sporting Clay Shoot, May of 21. Barbecue Cook-Off, June of 21. Pandemic grants. Lodges were all made aware of all this. The first round is over. $907,000 was handed out in the first round. The second round has just ended. Any lodge that submitted an application in the first round but did not receive any funding automatically went into the second round. And just a little tidbit for those of us out there, over $9 million has been sent back to the lodges over the past few years. Pilgrim Conferral is on June the 5th at the House of God. Host Hotel is Doubletree, Lyle, Naperville, just off of I-88. The group rate there is $81 as long as you use the group code CMI, and the deadline is May the 10th. Switching hats. I need to put on my TM hat on for a second, and I need to talk a little bit about retention. First of all, I'm a 42-year member of the Moose, and I have seen my share of changes. Without it, we will not survive as an association. That being said, in order to have an association, we have to have lodges and chapters. This means we have to have members. As of this morning, the men are down 1,997 members. The women are down 1,034 members, which makes the association down 3,031. This does not include the over 5,000 men and women March members that have yet to renew. At the end of February, the association stood in 40th place out of 44 associations. We can do better, but we have to put in the effort. Please contact your TM if you need help getting an expired list. Because we all know one of the changes was LCL, and part of us are still having issues in getting those lists out, and we'll be happy to help you in that department. Heart of the community events. Scholarship for the Heart of the Community. Class of 2022 is now on the international website. Deadline for submission is June the 30th of 21. The applicant must be a high school high school graduating class of 2022 to be verified by the high school official. Have a father, mother, step-parent, grandparent, or legal guardian who is a current member of the Moose in good standing. Have a cumulative grade point average of 3.0 or higher on the 4.0 scale. In-school extracurricular activities, i.e. school sports teams, band, chess club, theater, etc., are also one of the qualifications. Out-of-school activities, i.e. employment, scouting programs, music lessons, non-school related sports. All this is on the application, and you need to be able to complete all the different areas. Youth Awareness Scholarship is still on the schedule to be held April 22 through the 25th in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. $30,000 in scholarships, with the top scholarship being $12,000, is still being supplied by the Moose Legion. For more information, please contact the State Association Chairperson, Cheryl Kennedy. NASCAR, who doesn't love it? Once again, Moose International will be teaming up with Ross Chastain, the number 42 car, who is now racing full-time in the Cup Series. 4 races again this year will feature the beamoose.org car. Those races will be the Dryden 400 at Dover International Speedway on May the 16th. Firekeepers 400 at MIS, August the 22nd. Federated Auto Parts 400 at Richmond Speedway, September the 11th. Pro Bass Shops Night Race at Bristol on September the 18th. Lodges are all encouraged to put together NASCAR parties for these races. There is a tradition that if you do not introduce your spouse, you have to buy them a dress. Kathy keeps reminding me that we are not at dresses no more, we're up to jewelry. And while you cannot see her because we are a virtual conference, I want to thank her for all she does for me and the fraternity. Thanks, baby. I know that most of us have to make several changes in the way we now go about our day-to-day activities. Some of us are still not comfortable enough to go out to the lodge. Is your lodge offering delivery service of some kind to these members? This might be a way to keep that member. And I understand that we may have to limit the delivery area if we're trying to do this. Are we trying to get back to some type of normal? While I understand that we still have limits on the number of people in the lodges, and we still have to follow COVID-19 protocols, have you asked your members what would they like to do? While I know that One Moose does not start officially till May 1st, we all can get an early start to One Moose and work together, both the men and the women, to get all our members back that are on the expired list. I know that you will want to make the Michigan Moose Association the best it can be, and it has to start with you. On behalf of the children at Mooseheart and the seniors at Moose Haven, we thank all of you for what you do each and every day for your lodges, your chapters, your districts, and this association. Kathy and I want to thank all of you and the Michigan Moose Association for all of your kind words and the hospitality shown to us at this mid-year conference.
Brother Gary, coworker, official visitor, on behalf of a grateful association, here's a token of our esteem.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary, for that great report, and thank you for the job you do as our territory manager. Next up, I will now call on our regional manager, Daryl O'Brien, for his report.
Sorry I couldn't be with all of you at the convention, but I am glad to be here in Frankenmuth, and I hope to see all of you in person at this year's upcoming annual convention. Good afternoon, and thanks for participating in your Michigan Moose Association Virtual Mid-Year Conference. Let's lose this. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Daryl O'Brien, the Lakes Regional Manager for Moose International. Used to be the Great Lakes Regional Manager, but largely as a result of COVID-19, there's not a lot of great going on. The COVID-19 pandemic we're experiencing each day makes these strange, difficult, and trying times. You remember the years with warnings that you can't rely on gaming and hall rentals for your survival? COVID-19 was not what we anticipated. It's driven the point home like a hammer driving a nail. I must say I'm proud of the response of most of our lodges in finding revenue alternatives in the face of such dire circumstances. Across our Moose fraternity, some, but by no means all, lodges, chapters, and Moose legions are experiencing declines in the reporting of new applications, as well as delays in their existing members renewing their dues. I'm not going to identify individual lodges and chapters at this time. Michigan is fortunate to have some of our best territory managers in Jim O'Connor, Gary Beck, and Tom Russell. I'm confident they'll continue to ensure each of you knows the expectations of your lodges and chapters and their progress towards meeting these expectations. With restrictions in place to reduce personal contact between people, a decline in new member production was almost expected. Is this truly the case? Did we all stop talking to parents, siblings, children, grandchildren, neighbors, business associates, and golf buddies? In an age with so many means of communication, like the ever-popular snail mail, rivaled only by the carrier pigeon, we have phones, email, web pages, social media, text messages, instant messages, FaceTime, Skype, Zoom, and a host of other video conferencing tools. Do we all know there is an online Moose membership application at beamoose.org? It appears we may not. Possibly I'm overstating the situation, and COVID-19 completely isolated us from the rest of humanity. And today is the first human interaction any of us has had since March 16th. The delay in members renewing their dues is even more troubling. When a bar or restaurant is closed, well, naturally, people don't go there, and their tie to that establishment weakens. Even in the best of times, with normal operating hours, bars, restaurants, and even Moose lodges tend to lose about 20% of their business or membership each year. Some people move away, others decide there's something newer or more exciting, and a small percentage are lost to death. If the Moose Lodge was merely a bar or a restaurant, the declining retention rate might be understandable. But the Moose is so much more than that. So what seems to be the issue? Do you think that just maybe our members don't realize that when they come to our lodge homes, that they're not just going to another bar or restaurant? How could this be? Did their sponsor tell them? Or did perhaps we sell them a bar and restaurant membership? Remember, there's thousands upon thousands of bars and restaurants that require no membership fee at all. Fortunately, we, the Moose, have a backup plan in place. Our lodge and chapter leaders, who number many more than just those elected for the current year, certainly are following up with each new member to ensure they understand the scope of the institution they've joined and can fully participate in both fraternal and social opportunities. They probably initiated this effort by inviting new members to participate in an orientation and/or enrollment ceremony. Current members certainly are welcome at these monthly or more frequently held events, as well as new members. Is it possible our sponsors and leaders happened to forget to mention our fraternal efforts? You know, the little things so easily overlooked, like caring for hundreds of children in need on our Mooseheart campus, or providing for hundreds of senior Moose brothers and sisters, many of who otherwise would be living a life of destitution, but instead reside on our Moose Haven campus in Orange Park, Florida. How about the tens of millions of dollars of community support we collectively provide across North America on an annual basis? Heaven forbid, a substantial portion of this service may be happening in your very own communities. But do your members know? I guess these new members know the price of a draft beer, Friday night fish fry, or the daily drawing in your lodge home. There was a time when I first joined the Moose, I was reminded our social quarters prices were a tad higher than the other places in town, specifically because we supported Mooseheart, Moose Haven, and gave back to our community. Appearances are that every level of our organization has a sincere desire to not only succeed, but to thrive. In the best of times and in the worst of times, there's always a segment of lodges and chapters that flourish. If only it were so simple as to look at them and replicate their efforts across the fraternity. The successful lodges and chapters, they're ever changing. The things they attribute their success to vary widely. The common factor is usually a small core of dedicated members, probably not unlike those of you participating online today, who refuse to believe they will be anything but successful in their efforts to grow and support the Moose. But wait, there's a pandemic out there. What does COVID-19 spell? Sure, some would say COVID-19. But in the cases of too many lodges and chapters, it spells excuse. Yes, some areas, like here in Michigan, have experienced more stringent restrictions than others. Yes, some members are truly afraid to leave their homes. But even so, how easy was it to say, we can't have lodge or chapter meetings? Lodges who never have 10 members at a lodge meeting just stopped meeting, even though gatherings of 10 and in some areas more for meetings were still permitted. More than a few lodges said they had more business offering drive-through and carry-out meals than they ever had in attendance at their in-house meals. Is this extraordinary lodge support or a statement as to the desirability of entering their social quarters? Makes you wonder. Possibly some self-evaluation is in order. Many lodges have done exactly that and used this downtime to renovate their buildings using savings, volunteer labor and donations, grants, and low-interest loans from a variety of sources. While COVID-19 is one lodge excuse, it's another's opportunity. Like in all prior downturns, some lodges and chapters are thriving while others wither and die. Select lodges and chapters are experiencing historic production and active member gains, largely as a result of increased support of their local communities. Others are experiencing retention rates approaching or even exceeding 90%. Every crisis presents new opportunities. COVID-19 is no exception. It's forcing change, and change is invariably scary. When we're blindfolded, spun in circles, then told to walk, we're uneasy at the least. It's certainly not that we don't believe that we can't walk. It's not being able to see what's in front of us, a fear of the unknown. 2021 will bring new change and new unknowns for the Moose. There is certainly some level of apprehension as we prepare for the implementation of one Moose in just a few short weeks. I find the possibilities associated with one Moose to be exciting and invigorating. Personally, the separation of men and women within our organization was troubling to me throughout my career of over 3 decades as a member. During this time, baby steps were made to imply we were ready to join the rest of society. Dress codes were relaxed, the need for a male affiliation was eliminated, and then time once again stood nearly still within the walls of Moosdom. It's been frequently said that this is how the women of the Moose want it. Believe me, there were plenty of longtime lodge members, some who may even be listening right now, who were perfectly happy with that status quo. Over the past several years, attitudes started to shift. I can't be certain why. Much of it likely had to do with an aging membership who, in spite of a strong desire to continue, found their hearts, minds, souls, and bodies didn't have the strength to continue at the same pace they previously maintained. The first response was to look to our younger members. So we looked around our lodges, our chapters, searched our roles. We discovered we were the younger members. An over 130-year-old organization steeped deeply in its principles and traditions had failed to attract recent generations. Generations who had different demands on their time, different interests and activities, and near total disdain for segregation on any basis, be it race, creed, or gender. Subsequently, and begrudgingly at first, our male members began to embrace the possibility of a unified Moose. Then many of our men began begging for the day a woman could be a lodge officer. I knew that day was coming closer when this Michigan Moose Association resoundingly approved joint membership, following in the footsteps of the first association to do so, the Washington Northern Idaho Moose. Finally, amidst much consternation and debate, our Supreme Council, soon to be known as the Moose International Board of Directors, saw fit to propose this idea to the Supreme Lodge much sooner than some had originally seen possible. And then so many of you, along with other like-minded Moose members across North America, approved this change on the first ballot it was ever presented. I salute you. Support and your willingness to accept this change. Then everyone lived happily ever after. Okay, let's not get in front of ourselves. On May 1st, 2021, one moose will emerge from its cocoon, a smooth transition will be enjoyed by all, and then we ride off into the sunset. While I certainly hope so, there will likely be small bumps along the way. Remember, nothing worth having comes easily, and please be patient if these little bumps do arise. I was recently in a lodge within our Great Lakes region, where lodge and chapter relations are strained, to say the least. The lodge officers wanted reassurance they were in charge of the building through April 30th, and I replied, absolutely. Then a smile crept across my face as I envisioned a scene from the movie Animal House. In my version, the current governor was grasping his ankles and the senior regent stood behind him with a large paddle. As the scene faded out, I heard intermittent slaps followed by a male voice saying, "Thank you, ma'am. May I have another?" As I noted the calendar dated May 1st, 2021. There's little time to mend our broken fences, build positive lodge and chapter relations where they don't currently exist, and rebuild our memberships to welcome in a new era of unity, cooperation, and prosperity. Each of us will play a role in determining the ultimate success of one moose. The only likely constant in the future success of our moose fraternity will be change. I'd like to leave you today with the lyrics of a pop icon. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. More than anything else, attitudes, yours and mine, will determine the level of success one moose ushers in. We must remain positive and unwavering as we ensure our future will be a stronger moose, committed to improving the lives of children and seniors in need, improving the communities we touch, and all the while enjoying the company and support of other like-minded moose members. Thanks for participating today and being an integral part of the greatest fraternity on the face of the earth today. Thank you for being a moose.
Thank you, Brother Regional Manager Darrell O'Brien, for your words of advice and thought-provoking ideas, and for your support of the Michigan Moose Association. And now, I'd like to call on our treasurer, Brother Phil Gray from Three Rivers, for his report.
Thank you, Brother Dave. I'd like to welcome everyone and thank everyone for this last year. Has been a real hard one for everybody. It's rough, and we've strived to help the lodges, the chapters across our state. I'm very proud to say, though, all of this, you have worked hard and supported the Moose Heart, Moose Haven, and our special projects. I'd like to thank the personal donations that were sent in this year. So far, this is what I've got. It's Gail Kenny, Ken and Donna Breen. There was one that was coming in memory of Rose Kales. Sue Gamache, Debbie and Roger Wallert, Julie Kronk, Jim and Carolyn Mishlak, and Buckingham Tool Corporation. Thank you very much from them. And also, not to be forgot, our territorial manager and regional manager, I should say, regional, is Jim O'Connor, and my predecessor, or my cohort, Dale Johnson, Pam and Dale. I'd like to thank you very much. I'd like to remind everyone that we still have that the match program going on to the end of the month. That is one of that will help a bunch. That helps us out and helps Mooseheart. Get down to the money part. As of right now, just before I came up, I checked. We're at $8,618 to the MAC, $1,362 to Case for Cash, $302 to Christmas Lights, $602 to Founders Day, $762 to Rev It Up, $1327 to Youth Awareness, $477 to Child ID Kits, $967 to HOC, $568.56 to Endowment, $500 to Safe Surfing. We got $100 to Wirtz Warriors, and $150 in the general fund because checks got wrote out improperly. To a grand total right now of $12,010.56. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody this fall in Sault Ste. Marie, if they've let us have it. I really hope we can. I really miss seeing a lot of my brother and sister Moose members out there. It's been a rough last year. I'd like to thank my fellow Michigan Moose Association brothers and coworkers for us all working together. It's been a great year. And I'd like to really give a special thanks to Jim O'Connor for really helping us through some really tough times with good decisions. Thank you very much, Jim. I think that was right.
Thank you, Brother Phil Gray, for your report. Now I move on to our Heart of the Community Chair, Sue Gamache, for her report on our Heart of the Community program.
He's proper too. Good afternoon, dear Michigan Moose Association coworkers and brothers, to our joint project. As we step into one moose, another great adventure begins. It's been said, secrets are easy to keep if we have no one to share them with. Through our Heart of the Community programs, it's time to once again, after the long shutdowns, to step up and share the loving, caring, heartfelt generosity and thoughtfulness given from our Moose organization. One Moose. The passion we hold in our hearts and hands by not only assisting our main programs, Mooseheart and Moose Haven, but throughout all of our communities. We are able to make donations to daycares, local hospitals, nursing homes, veterans hospitals, and schools, plus many other nonprofit organizations. I'm asking our lodges and chapter officers to make a proposal to present to your members to hold in the name of the Women of the Moose or Loyal Order of Moose, naming a special fundraiser in your lodge. Once approved, you will be able to receive recognition on your Women of the Moose monthly and Loyal Order of the Moose quarterly community service reports. Plus, maybe pick up a couple of other organizations to assist. Contact them and get a wish list of your chosen organization. Place a donation box in your lodge, along with a list of items that are greatly needed. Post a list on your bulletin board and in your newsletter, thus reaching out to all of your members. Also, you could ask to have a drop box for non-perishable canned goods in order to donate to your local food bank. Add another drop box labeled clothing items for the needy in your community. Maybe spring jackets, summer clothing, shoes, socks, undergarments. Add some games and toys for the little ones, all of which can report on the Women of the Moose 114 form, which remember to mail in your checks once a month. Every line needs to be completed with your chapter seal. The Loyal of the Order Moose have a quarterly report form, which I am in the process of learning. Yeah, 6 pages of it I'm gonna learn. I did make up a little form that hopefully your administrators and your lodge officers can post on the door or a bulletin board that kind of shows the month, the date, your Heart of the Community project, number of volunteers, number of monetary money, your hours volunteered, and your miles driven. Thus, at the end of your quarter, you've got everything already wrote down, or as they come in, you can go into your report and add them in. These reports are to be in by the 15th of that closing quarter. So if it's February 1st, the closing quarter is April 30th, which is the end of the year. They would like you to have it in by May 15th. Now, there's not going to be any penalty if you send it in early. So they are asking at the end of the year to try to get it in by the 5th. I would like to announce the ratings for the Loyal Order, the superior ratings, which is the top rating for the men, the lodges that have received that in the first 2 quarters, which I have seen. That being Lodge 50, Grand Rapids, Sparta, 156, Jackson, 1168, Holly, 1317, Livonia, 1386, Munising, 1649, Delton, 1795, Dearborn Heights, 2235, Harrison, 2348, Kalkaska, 2426, Birch Run, and 2433, Lapeer. Hopefully the newly proposed monthly, quarterly Heart of the Community report will assist all of you, and everyone gets busy with their everyday activities. It is easy, some community service activities can be missed. Please post this form on the lodge and then complete your report. At this time, I announce the Heart of the Community statistics, which I have received from Moose International as of the end of January. For the women reported on your 114th monthly, your cash donations to non-Moose programs is $50,483.43. Your hours volunteered is 11,740, which will equate to $173,179.75. And miles driven throughout Michigan, 15,997 for $7,198.65. So reported on the 114s for the women, $230,861.43. On the Loyal Order of Moose graded quarterly reports for the first and second quarter combined, your donation amount is $136,611.36. Your hours volunteered amount is $315,522.50. And your miles driven amount is $19,700.10. So your total so far is $471,833.96. So combined, once we're one moose, $702,695.39. Endowment reported for Moose International from May 1st, 2020 to January 31st, 2021. Chapters endowment, $11,920.46. Lodges, $25,134.20. Legions, $3,352.88. And districts, $375.50, for a total of $40,783.04. Your MAC report, which is your Moose Heart Activity Center, as of January 31st, 2021. This program started in October 23rd, 2019, with Michigan presenting a goal of $100,000. As of this date, we have put in $69,671.58. We only have a little ways to go, people. $30,328. So the big hump is passed and we're on the downfall. Thank you everyone for all of your donations, as every little bit assists in keeping our Twin Cities going. Please, let's keep John J. Davis' dreams alive for centuries to come. Support with your donation to our Twin Cities. Pulling together as Moose One and supporting our Moose organization, which has provided us with many avenues in which to make our heart of the community contributions. Our main project is Moose Heart and Moose Haven. They both have their wish list, which I have composed a page showing the wish list for both Moose Heart and Moose Haven. If you go on the Moose website, to Moose Charities, then to Giving, then to Wish List, you can click on Moose Heart or Moose Haven, and it'll bring these up with the pictures of what they're looking for. And this sheet will show you what has already been given and what is still needed. Our ongoing and very popular donations to our local law enforcement, fire, ambulance, and emergency workers is our little Tommy Moose. Tommy, which consists of numerous items, along with purchased at Moose Catalog sales. He comes with a Ziploc bag so that the police officer can put him in the bag, put him in the trunk of their vehicles, and when needed, to give to a child who is in distress and just needs assistance, they can hand them one of the Tommy Mooses from the Moose organization. There are bookmarkers available, which is a fantastic gift for libraries and schools in your area. They have safety tips for internet safety, good for all ages. The Tommy Moose and Little Curly Head. It's a little coloring book that illustrates a little boy at Moose Heart and how he prayed each night that Tommy could come alive and assist other children that need help also. Then there's the Halloween treat bags. When you hold your trunk or treat in your lodge, have these available, and when the kids either come through the yard to the trunk or treats or in the lodge, table by table, they have a nice sturdy bag to hold all their goodies in. And then it also has safety tips from the Moose on it. Our Moose veterans. Many may still be active and are keeping us safe every day, or you may be a retired vet. Your service is greatly appreciated. We are so very proud of all that you have done in order to keep our country and states and communities safe. Thank you for your service. Honor your Moose veterans within your lodge and chapter. Veterans, be very proud to carry that Moose Valued Veterans membership card, by showing it each time you enter your or another lodge. Lodges and chapters, once your valued vet is enrolled, you shall receive a valued vet lapel pin and a certificate of appreciation. Please hold a special honor day for all your veterans and make it a very special presentation. You could also possibly start up a veterans club in your lodge. There is information that can be found on the Moose International website. Members, should you have a deceased veteran in your family and you would like to have him or her honored, there is a program called Moose Heart Veterans Walk. For a $100 donation, an American, or should you be Canadian, flag will be flown on the Moose Heart campus streets, cared for by our NJROTC, which is Moose Heart's Naval Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps. Each flag will carry a plaque showing service unit, name, rank, and wartime of your loved one, which will be displayed during Memorial Day weekend and the week of Veterans Day in November in recognition and thanking them for their service. Another great program International provides us with is Safe Surfing Foundation, providing safety tips and internet safety. One of the main ones is Cop in a Box. This is a unique computer system which makes availability to police to set up a false online account, making the predator believe that there's this young little girl out there just waiting to be snatched up. Once he clicks on that and tries to get him, the police will automatically have his address and all information about the predator, where they can go in and make the arrest, saving our children. Protect our protectors. Did you know that in a 53-hour time frame, a police officer is killed in the line of duty? Also, there are over 200,000 law enforcement officers whom are without protective ballistic vests. Our Moose members can provide these very important vests, saving lives through our donations to Safe Surfing. They also have vests available for the K9 units, which are made to the correct size. Such a great way to assist our community's first responders. The Child ID program in Michigan has 2 child ID kits, and you just need to call Sean Smith, and he can get them because he figures out where they're going in the state, and we can get them to our lodges, and then we put out a bulletin. Three Rivers has done it numerous years, and we get it out to our schools, libraries. We have a special day. We get the local fire department within 3 little cities. We get the ambulance, we get the mounted police. And then the parents would have to come in, sign a little form. They come in and we're sitting at a desk. We get their little fingerprints. We get a picture of them, their height, their weight. We put everything on this little disc. We ask that child special questions just that pertain to them. This all goes on a little disc. Then we put it in a sleeve, write their name on it, and give it to the parent. Should anything, and hopefully God, nothing happens to them, all their information is on this little disc. They can hand it right over to the police officer, and they've got it all right there. Nobody's going to forget anything because they're too nervous and too scared because they've lost their child. Great program to support. Gary has also already explained about the scholarship program. So it's for high school juniors right now. Applications are on the website. Our mid-year conference, joint Heart of the Community project, and I realized with COVID and the problem of lodges being able to open, it's been rather tough. A struggle to collect items from the wish list provided by the email to all units. Wellspring Lutheran Services is our mid-year Frankenmuth Heart of the Community project. There will be a new change for future-wide conference Heart of the Community project. I shall still send out a wish list of items which is needed and can be brought to the conferences, upon chapter and lodge approval, of course. The change is the monetary donations by check. In the future, please make your check out to the Michigan Moose Association and earmark it, which is going to be a must, in the note line, Michigan MMA State HOC Project. This one is Wellspring Lutheran. Up at the Sioux, we're going to do Diane Pepler Resource Center. So be starting working on those different little projects. As the new One Moose, a new form is being initiated for your checks. So it's going to be chapter, district, legion, higher degree, and personal contributions. All these checks will be mailed to Phil Gray, Michigan Moose Association Treasurer, at 204 2nd in Dowagiac, Michigan, 49047. Now, should you forget, you can always make it out to Michigan Moose Association and send it to me, and I can get them to Phil, which is no problem because he's in my district. Please pardon? Yeah, and same lodge. Please postmark them at least 2 weeks before our August conference, thus giving us time to get everything in line, because then we total them all up and we will write one check to the organization that we're making our donation to. Everyone will get recognition. It will go to international, it'll be in the state, and I will send out a special letter thanking everyone. As of today, for our Wellspring Lutheran Services, we have received donations of $967. I am in hopes that you have found all this important information very useful and valuable. Please take back to your membership and share this information, assisting you with your Heart of the Community service ventures. I was going to share any new ideas for fundraising with you from the last conference, but I'm sorry to say no one sent me any. So maybe if you come up with any now, send them to me and we'll have them for the next conference. So from my heart to all of yours, thank you all for everything you have done and continue to do for our Twin Cities and our communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Chairman Tsugamash, for all your hard work and for helping remind us of the things that we need to do to help our communities. I now call on our Brown Bag Chairman Tim Toby from Greenville via Zoom to help us raise some money for the MAC project with the Brown Bag auction done via the chat. Take it away, Tim.
Okay, can everybody hear me out there?
We have a little.
Can you hear me? Anybody hear me out there?
Yes.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, money raised for the Brown Bag.
Programming reset here.
There you go.
Okay. Well, we've got a few minutes then. I have some filler announcements that I can do right now. Dan Hammond, chairman of Case and Cash, wanted me to send out a thank you for the Ypsilanti Lodge for being the #1 fundraiser for the Case or Cash this year. And I know that there's plans to have a similar function that Ypsilanti held at their lodge at the Dearborn Heights Lodge.
Hey, we're waiting for him.
A Italian dinner, I believe, is planned. And I don't know what the date is. I don't know if we have a date, but we do not have a date as of yet. So we are working on that. And we're good. And so now I will turn it over to Tim Toby to hold the auction for the brown bag.
Yes, and then it was he. And then
I do not see a chat function.
just one. There you go.
There we are. Dave Stonek, can you hear me?
Take it away, Tim.
Okay.
Okay.
So the brown bag auction, funds being sold or in the bag, you purchase, you get the funds inside the bag. The money that you bid goes towards the MAC project. State of Michigan Association has agreed to match those funds. So if you pay $1,000, $2,000, you get credit towards the MAC project. On the right side, you should see a chat function. In there, you need to text here if you want to bid. I'll call out the numbers. And if you want to say 100, and I say 200, all right, here we go on that now. Give $1,000, $100,000, got 100 to go. Now 200, now $200, now $200, now bid $200, now two. What am I? Give me 200. Right in the chat. 200. Thank you, Jim. Now 300. Now $300, now $300, now bid $300, now $300 off. 300. Thank you. Now 400. $400 now, now $500 now, bid $500 now, who bid $500? $500 now, bid $500 now, bid give $500 now, $500 now, bid $500 now, give $500. 400's a bid now, 500. Thank you. Now, thank you, John. Now 600. $600 now, $600 now, 600 got 500 bid, now $600. Thank you. Now $700 now, 7 bid $700. $700 now, 7 bid 7. Only 600, give 700. $700 now, 7 bid 7. Who gives 700? Thank you. Now $800. $800 now, 800. What am I? $800 now, $800 is all. Thank you. Now $900 now, $900 now, 9 bid $900 bid 900. $900 no 9, but $900 there no 9. Give 900. 900, 850 I have. Now 900. $900 no 9, but $900 now give 900. Even money. 900. Thank you. 9 now and a half. 9 and a half. 950. $950 now, 50 now, 9 and a half at a buy, $950 now, $950 is all. $950, $950. Thank you. Now $1,000. Now $1,000. Now 1,000. What am I buying? $1,000. Two. What am I buying? $1,000 is all. $1,000 now. Give me $1,000. I need 1,000. 100. Now give me $1,000. Now $1,000. Anybody? $1,000. Thank you. Now 10 and a half. 10.50 now, 10 half of the bond, 10.50 now, 10 half of the bond. Everybody can play. 10.50 now, 10 half of the bond, 10.50. Got 1,000 now, 10.50. Thank you. Now 1,100. Now 1,100 now, 1,100. Want to buy 1,100 even money. 1,100 now, 1,100. Want to buy 1,100. Got 10.50. 11. Thank you. Now 1,200. Now 1,200 now, 12 bid 12 bid 1,200 $1,200 now, 12 bid 12 bid 12 bid 12. Got 11 now, 1,200. Next bid 1,200. And $1,200 now, 12 bid 12 bid 12 bid 12. Anybody else? 1,200. Don't want to leave anybody else. Thank you. Now 13. I bid 12. Now 1,300. $1,300 now, 13 now, 13. What about $1,300 now, 13 now? Don't be a quitter there, Jimmy. Now 13. Thank you. Now 14. $1,400 now, 14. Who bring it? C 15. Who give 14? $1,400 now, 14, 14, what about $1,400? 14, what about 14, 14, I got 1,300 now, 14, 14, 14 now, 14. Dave, you might as well sit down. Now $1,400 now, 14, what about 14 and a half now, 1,500. 15 now, 15, what about 1,500 now, 15, what about 15? Anybody else? 1,500, my bid's 14, now 15, 15, you see the delay, now 15, 15, got 1,400, now 15, 15. Anybody else want to play? Thank you, now 1,600, 1,600, I got Sean at 1,500, need 16, 1,600 out of now, 16, want to buy him 1,600, 15's a bid, 1,600, now 16, want to buy him 1,600. Let me see, 300 people times $20 a piece, that's about $6,000, isn't it? 15, now 16, 1,600 out of now, 16, want to buy him 1,600 out of now, 16, want to buy him 1,600 now 16, now 15, now 16, now 15, now 16. Anybody else down it you want back in? 1,600, I bid 15, 16. Anybody else? One time, 16. Second call, 1,600 now, 16, 16. Anybody else? Third and final call, $1,600. Sold it, $1,500. And it says Sean S. $1,500. Sean S. Is that correct? Wyoming. Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you, David. Thank you, Mr. President.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Tim Tobey, and thank you for all the participants there. I was commenting about the wonders of Zoom meetings earlier today, and if that wasn't worth the price of the $10 registration, I don't know what is. I thought for a while there I was listening to the Kentucky Derby, and at one point Sean said, you might as well sit down, Dave. So thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to start with the remarks from the president, myself, and what I'd like to talk about a little bit here is what the Michigan Moose Association has done for its membership. We've sort of had our own bailout program here for the last year since September 11th when we had our last convention meeting till today. We've had no per capita for 5 quarters for the loom, and we've never charged any per capita to the Wotum. We increased the calendar commission rebates for the sale of calendars. We set up membership incentives for the Legion, the Wotum, and the Loom. And we had a retention plus 1 incentive and also had a special retention week incentive. We made loans to 11 lodges. I also forgot to put in here that we have a MAC project match currently going on. And just yesterday, the board approved a application fee rebate program that will go through the end of the year. The state officers, we've also lent some moral support. State officers have been making visits to lives and district meetings. It's our intention to go to everyone by January 1st. We were not able to because of the COVID, but we plan on picking that up. And also we conducted probably what I think might have been the first ever district presidents seminar to go over with the district presidents what their duties are and responsibilities, which was quite successful. So successful that some of the district presidents asked if we could have another one. So, and probably the biggie here, the first ever dues matching program that we were running, probably, what I understand, the only association to do so. Estimated total cost so far is $333,500 and still counting, as we have a report from our secretary saying he had a lot of emails to respond to, which probably begs from you the question, how are we able to do this? Well, we're able to do this because of the previous board's foresight and vision to raise funds for Mooseheart, for Moose Haven, and for emergency needs. And we're also able to do this because of you, because you are the ones who bought the calendars and bought the cashback tickets and the $100 tickets and donated to convention raffles and ads and booster pages, made donations to the MAC, Gaster Cash, endowment funds, safe surfing, youth awareness, scholarship programs, and of course, the brown bag. This board takes its obligations very serious, and we care about our members' well-being, both financially and fraternally. This pandemic has probably taught us one thing, and that is the importance of saving for a rainy day. So I would ask that the lodges and their officers also take their obligations serious and consider saving for a rainy day and preparing for the future. At this time, I also thank our AV team. What a job, big responsibility. They get here a couple days early to set up. Their planning is much longer than any of ours. That AV team consists of Sean Smith, Phil Spraggins, and RJ Collins. And in conclusion, I'd just like to say that you can contact me anytime if you have any problems or questions, and invite me and our board to your functions. We'd love to attend. Somebody will attend. If you send us an invite, we will try to get somebody out to attend your functions. At this time, I'd like to call upon Secretary Johnson for his final comments and results of the e-ballot votes. Oh, take over.
I am not Dale Johnson. I am not that good looking. Fellowship conferrals. There will be 2 that have been approved by Director Bob Neff. So April 10th, 2021 will be at Otsego Lodge 345, 11:30 registration. April 17th, Claire Moose Lodge 2268, 11:30 registration. So there's 2 conferrals. The postcards have been sent out to the participants that need to be sent to John Weir, our fellowship coordinator. So once again, April 10th, 2021, Otsego Moose Lodge 345, 11:30 registration. April 17th, Clare, Michigan 2268, 11:30 registration. Thank you. And here's my much better looking brother, Dale Johnson.
Thank you, Jim. Well, we're almost done, folks. It's been a good time. And I want to thank all of you for your support, also for being Moose members and helping out with our cause. Okay, I got the results of the vote. The state secretary report was passed. The vote of the association bylaws and policies was also passed. The MMA annual convention, Sault Ste. Marie, August 19th through the 22nd at Keewatin. I know I said this before, but I just want to reiterate, you need to get your room reservations in because the rooms will fill up fast. And you can also get your rooms for next March for Frankenmuth, and all of these are on the website. And also for the lodges and chapters that weren't able to send checks, you still have a chance to send those checks in to us. You can either send them to Phil Gray or you can send them to me, either one, and I'll make sure that Phil gets them. And on the last note, the shuttles will be running tonight, 5 o'clock, going to the Birch Run Moose Lodge. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Thank you, Brother Johnson. At this time, I'd like to call back to the podium for the purpose of presenting the results. Oh, we got another one? Okay. One more announcement.
It's me again, the big mouth. Supreme Governor visits. April 22nd, Wayne Westlands, Lodge 835, 567. Friday, April 23rd, Avon Rochester, 409, 567. Saturday, April 24th, Saginaw Moose Lodge, 82, for the Eastern Michigan Moose Legion 107 conferral, starting at 12:30 with the Assistant Secretary meeting. And then Sunday, Highland Lodge 2370, gonna start at 12. We gotta get Supreme Governor Berger out of there by 1:30 for his 429 flights. All of these dates will be on the website. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother James O'Connor, for your updates. Now, at this time, I'll call back to the podium for the purpose of presenting results of our membership promotion for the chapters of Moose Legion, our membership chair couple, Donna Miller and Roger Wallert.
I'm killing it here. Per Supreme Governor Berger, Supreme Governor visits our business casual. He does not travel with a blazer. He wants everybody to come visit and have a great time. My kind of guy, business casual for Supreme Governor visits. Thank you.
Okay, now.
Okay. This is for the 5 top enrolled applications. For $100, it's Massalona 2306. $200, Cadillac 298. $300, West Branch 1014. $500, Monroe 714. $1,000, Niles 413.
Sure, Jimmy don't want to come up here? I was waiting for Jimmy again. And James Beersley, I do have Dad's briefcase at conference again, so just to remind you. All right, for retention week, that was November 1st through the 7th. Starting at $100, Birch Run Lodge, 2426. $200 winner, Seagull, 345. $300 winner, Three Rivers, 474. A $400 winner, Lovely Lapeer, 2433. $500 winner, Grand Rapids, Sparta, Lodge 50. $600 winner, Dowagiac, 933. At $700, Saginaw Lodge, 82. At $800, Alpena, 571. $900 winner, Wyoming, 763. And the top lodge at $1,000, Niles, 978. Thank you, people. Okay, now for the Moose Legion. This is the top 2 by percentage of enrolled applicants from October through February 28th. Central Michigan Moose Legion, 177, $200. Eastern Michigan Moose Legion, 107, $500. And now for the top Moose Legion for $500. Central Michigan Legion, 177. That's my report, Brother President.
Thank you to our chair couple for those results, and congratulations to all the Moose units for the fruits of your labor. At this time, I call upon Brother Prelate Joseph Delmati for the closing prayer.
Please bow your heads and fold your arms. We thank thee, our Heavenly Father, for the chance to assemble here at this, our 89th conference, and hope that we will be inspired to greater heights. May we be ever mindful of our obligations to Moose Heart and Moose Haven. Guide us in our daily lives that we may receive your blessings. As we close this conference, we ask you to carry us to our destination safely. In thy name we ask. Amen.
Amen. Yes. At this time, I will call the names of our afternoon attendance awards. Once I read the names, the recipients will have 15 minutes to contact our virtual convention chairman, Sean Smith, at convention.mimoose@gmail.com. That's convention.mimoose@gmail.com. From your personal email to claim your prize. No responding for your friend that left the meeting early or didn't attend. And we have 113 viewers. So the attendance awards go to Julie Kronk from Taylor, Eric Brown from Midland, Sherry Pabone from Wyoming, Teresa Bisak from Brooklyn, Stephen Ross from Grand Rapids, Sparta, Donald Chaffee from Three Rivers, Lisa Lambert from Holly, and Dennis Kresnicki from Richmond. So go over those names again one more time. Julie Kronk from Taylor, Eric Brown from Midland, Sherry Pabone from Wyoming, Teresa Bisak from Brooklyn, Stephen Ross from Grand Rapids, Sparta, Donald Chaffee from Three Rivers, Lisa Lambert from Holly, Dennis Kresnicki from Richmond. And that's convention.mimoose@gmail.com. So I'd like to thank you for your time and attention for this meeting. Do we have more raffles?
Yep.
Oh.
10 winners for the Mac raffle.
Okay, now we will have the 10 winners of the Mac raffle. I'm drawing.
Yep.
As a, like, do I need?
Yeah, we're gonna pull them, and first one's $500.
First one is $500. That goes to Cindy Nonier. Honye, sorry, from 1667.
That's right, number 1 on the back.
Okay. Okay.
Number 2, and I don't remember how much.
Number 2 is to Carla Witten from Ipsy. Okay, I reach deep. Whoops.
That'll be the next one.
Number 3, Lori Johnson. Doesn't say on there.
Sorry.
Sanford. She didn't put on there. Next one is Tom Sibler from 782. Ypsilanti. The next one, Tim Toby. Greenville from the Kentucky Derby. Next one is Luann Marks, number 99. So I got this number right. Oops. All right. We're on number 8. Number 8 is just says Sean. Geez, I wonder who that is.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Number 9. Oh, Mark Gallagher's. Coldwater.
Last but not least.
And last but not least is Becky Jones, number 854. Had to get these back. Okay, we have any other raffles or anything here? Okay, I now declare this mid-year conference of the Michigan Moose Association closed. We adjourn, sign, die. Best wishes and safe travels to all. Be healthy and be safe. And I hope to see you all at the Sioux. Good afternoon.
Thank you, sir.